Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to build an AI chatbot that can respond back and forth with your leads and clients. We're going to be setting all of this up inside of a software called HighLevel. And if you haven't started using HighLevel yet, you can get a 30-day free trial of it down below this video through my affiliate link. And if you sign up with that link, I will personally jump on a call with you and help you set up this entire bot for your business or agency. So the bot that we're building out in this video doesn't require any third-party companies. GoHighLevel just released a feature called Conversation AI that we can now build AI bots inside of HighLevel without any other companies, without having to pay for any other subscriptions. It's super nice. To toggle on this feature, first we're going to jump over to our agency account inside of HighLevel. We're going to go down to settings, and then underneath this company tab right here, you're going to want to make sure that you enable Conversation AI right here. Make sure that's toggled on. Once that's toggled on, now you can switch into your sub account. In this video, I'm going to be building a chatbot for a solar company. And so underneath your settings, we'll go down to Conversation AI right here. And we have to set up a few things in this settings section first. So basically, we're going to toggle off the Conversation AI. These are just the main settings. We just want to keep it off because we're actually going to be setting it up in the automations after this. And so right here, we can just keep this part off. You can pick the channels that you want the bot to send messages through. So you can do SMS, you can do a chat widget connected to your website, you can do Facebook and Instagram DMs. We could toggle all of these on if we wanted to, but I'm only gonna do text message for this one because I have a form on one of my funnels. So when somebody fills out a form, I want my bot to text them back and forth. I don't want them to be sending messages through any other channels. So I'm just gonna toggle on SMS. And then right here, you're gonna put in the business name of your business. You're going to put in how many seconds you want the wait time to be between responses from the bot. So I just do 10 seconds. Sometimes it will take longer for the bot to respond than 10 seconds just because it's still generating a response. But 10 seconds is good, nice and quick to respond back and forth with your leads. And then the maximum number of messages the bot can send back and forth with a contact before the bot will stop. I just put it at 10. It's actually going to be less than that, because I'm only going to be texting back and forth, ideally with a client, like, 5 or 6 times. You can set this higher if you think you're going to be messaging back and forth with a lead or a client for a long period of time. And so if you're worried about that, just set that as high as you want, maybe 25, that's the max it'll go to. And then we can hit save right here. And now we'll jump into our bot training. We're going to skip the bot trial for now because that's actually where we test the bot out. With bot training, they came out with a new feature called Web Crawler. It is still in beta, but you can plug in basically any website. So let's say you're an agency owner, you're setting this up for one of your clients. You can plug in your client's website right here, and the bot will read the entire website, all the text on the website, and it'll train itself on the info that the business has on their website. So it's pretty cool. I'm not going to use that feature because I'm going to set it up custom in this video. I'm actually going to add my own Q&A here, which I have already added, which you can do by clicking add Q&A. It'll pop up. You can type a question right here. So like a commonly asked question that somebody might ask about your business, and then you can type the answer. These questions right here don't have to be perfect. So if you type in, let's go up to this, like I have this open here. This is a good way to go in and find questions about your business or the client that you're helping set this bot up for. A good question, is solar a smart investment? So I'm just going to copy. I literally just typed in like common solar questions or objections, and I found this website right here, and I was copying some of these. But I'm going to go and I'm going to paste this question in, is solar a smart investment? So let's say one of our leads asks this question or some variation of this question. Instead of saying, is solar a smart investment, they might say, is it smart to install solar panels on my home? The bot will understand that that's the same question. So you don't have to type out every single variation of every question. You just have to type in the basic generic question and it'll be able to respond. And then you just type in the answer, and then you can say something like yes, or I could even just go back here and I can take an answer, from this website right here that I found. But I'll just type a shorter answer. Yes, solar is a great financial investment in most cases, but not everyone qualifies, or something like that. And then I can save this in here. So if anybody going forward asks this question or variation of that question to the bot, it'll be able to respond to the questions that it's asked. So you can see all of mine right here. I'll just do these just in case you're building a solar bot. You can kind of copy my answers and questions, screenshot this section right here, but these are all my Q&A. I could add more, but I'm just going to be doing a basic one for this example. Once you've set up all of these right here, you can go to configure intents and make sure you toggle on right here where it says support and general question and answer. Make sure to hit enable there. And then where it says appointment booking, also you'll want to enable this. It says pick a calendar. This calendar will be used for getting available slots and booking an appointment. So I just selected one of my calendars here. If no calendars show up right here when you toggle this like little drop down right here and you don't see anything, you'll first have to create a calendar, which I'll show you real quick where you'll do that. You'll just go over on the side panel here, click calendars, and then create a calendar and just do like a simple calendar right here. And then go through, set up your settings for the calendar. And once you've named that calendar, which I've named mine Renew Energy because that's the name of the business, then you can go back here, go to configure intents, and then it'll pop up right here. So just make sure you've done that. If you don't have a calendar yet, none will pop up right here, but you'll need one because that's the ultimate thing that the bot will do. It'll book appointments for you in your business. Once you've done that, I'm just toggling on this one. So this says don't book appointment, only send the booking link, which I think is easier. If at the end of the conversation, maybe we ask some questions to the lead, the bot can just send a link where the client can click on and book an appointment right on like an online calendar. You could untoggle this and the bot will go back and forth with your clients or your leads, and it'll book and it'll say like, what's a better time, Monday or Tuesday? And then out of those, it'll say, all right, on Tuesday, what's better, morning or afternoon? It'll kind of go back and forth with them, and the bot will literally book it onto the calendar for you. Whereas in this case, since I toggle this on, it'll just send the link. So I'm just gonna keep it that way. I think it's easier for this example, but if you don't like that, you can toggle that off and the bot will do all the booking for you through conversation. And then right here, we don't really need to add a conversation flow because we're actually gonna be setting that up inside of our automation tab where we set up the entire automation for this bot to work. And so you can just leave these blank. You don't really need to add these here. I think I have one here that I'll actually need to delete real quick. All right, yeah, just leave those blank and don't have anything here because we're gonna set that up over here now in our automations. So I'm gonna go down to my automation tab right here. I'm gonna find my automation, which I've already set up, but I'm gonna show you each step so you guys can set this up on your own. So the top thing here, the trigger event in an automation, for this one, it's gonna be a form is submitted. But there's a lot of different ways you can trigger these this bot to fire off and start messaging with your leads and clients. You could do a form being submitted. You could do a Facebook lead form. So if somebody sees your Facebook ad and they fill out the info on the ad, you can message them. You could do it through somebody just sending you a message cold. Maybe they find your phone number on your Google profile and they try, texting you or even calling you. You can trigger it off of like missed call text back, where if the solar company doesn't answer, you can then have the bot jump in through text and say, hey, we're sorry we missed your call. How can we help you? And the bot will message them. There's a lot of different ways you can trigger this. I'm just gonna make it simple, and we're doing a form, and this form is on one of my funnels. And so this community solar form, make sure you select the specific form that it's being triggered off of with this filter. You'll just click add filter and then do form is, just like I have here. And then once this is set up, then our next step is gonna be, I'll show you here, it's called Conversation AI. It's a new beta feature. And so you'll just click this and it'll pop up with this right here. And then this is how I have mine set up, but this is for solar, so take this with a grain of salt. Yours is gonna be a little bit different. The questions you ask are gonna be different if you're working for a different industry and building this for a different industry. So the action name, just keep it Conversation AI, whatever. But the personality, you might have to click this little toggle switch, advanced bot configuration. These three boxes will pop up here. Personality, I just said your name is Jasper, you work for Renew Energy Solar, just something basic. If you make this too long, it actually won't take it. It can only be like 50 characters long, and it'll say like you can't save when you go down and try to save. So just keep it short, something simple, your name, and then who you work for. The additional instructions right here, I just said reply with short and positive responses, moving the prospect towards booking a call. And then for the question, hey, this is Jasper with Renew Energy Solar. Saw you submitted a form on our site. How soon are you looking to go solar? So these questions right here are gonna be the qualifying questions that we ask our leads and our prospects before we book them in. We wanna make sure these are qualified leads, and this is a great way to take advantage of these bots because you can actually get like pre-qualified leads this way. Rather than just people booking, you get on a call with them, they're not qualified, the bot is gonna pre-qualify them. So this is our first question that's gonna be asked: how soon are you looking to go solar? And then the timeout I would set for 2 hours. The channel right here, just set for SMS. And then the branches, these two are gonna be default. You can't really change these ones, as you can see my little red cross mark here, but the third one, you can add a branch. So you're just gonna click add condition and it'll pop up like this. You're gonna type in question 1 because this is the first question that's gonna be asked to our lead. And then the condition, you wanna type out if like you get a yes, or like, you know, how soon are you looking to go solar? So I type the prospect is looking to go solar within the next 6 months or less. If they're looking to go solar further than 6 months, we don't really want to book a call with them yet. We probably want to wait till like 5 months out or 4 months out until we reach back out to them. So that's why I said the condition is if the prospect is looking to go solar within the next 6 months or less, then we want to move them down our branch right here to this question 1 branch, meaning that it was like a positive response, 6 months or less. Then it'll ask them the next question. And so just save that action right here. Then we'll move down to this next one, which a little trick you can do is you can just copy this first one, copy all actions from here, which you guys won't have all of these, but if you just copy this action, and then you can just paste it right here. And so that's what I did originally. And then I have my next one, which is all the same, personality is the same, additional instructions are the same, the question is different. That's the only difference. Right, for these ones, you just want to type out the question. The first one on our question, we did have a little bit of an intro message just to make sure that the lead knows who we are when we text them. But from then on out, now that we're in a conversation with them, we can just ask the question. So the next question, does your roof get a good amount of sunlight? Everything else is the same except down here, our condition branch, this question 2. The prospect's roof gets a good amount of sunlight. So if they're like, yes, our roof does get a good amount of sunlight, it'll move them down to the next question. But if they're like, no, my roof doesn't get a good amount of sunlight, it'll move them down this no condition met, meaning that they're not qualified, or, you know, we don't want to book a call with them because we don't want to try to go sell someone solar that doesn't have any sunlight on their roof. So yeah, that's kind of how that works. And then the timed out branches right here, these ones are if the person doesn't respond at all. So within 2 hours, if the client or the lead doesn't respond, then it'll move down this timed out branch, meaning they just didn't respond. And we can set some other things up from here, which I'll do here in a sec. But yeah, so that's how these different branches work. So great, they said they have a good amount of sunlight on their roof. That'll move them down to this one right here, which is gonna be question number 3. Everything else is the same except for the question. The new question is, do you know your approximate credit score? Because that's another thing solar companies need to know to qualify somebody for solar, is if they have a good credit score of 650 or higher is typically the mark they're looking for. And so right here, that's the question. Timeout 2 hours again. Everything else the same except down here, the condition now says the prospect has a credit score of 650 or higher. So if they're like, yeah, my credit score is 670, great. It'll move them down to the next question. But if they're like, oh, my credit score is 600, it'll move them down this no condition met branch, and it'll stop the automation, stop the bot. Right here, you could have some sort of message that you send. I'll show you how to set that up here in a sec. And then if they're like, yep, we have a 6, let's say they have 700 credit, awesome. The bot will know, and it'll move them to the next question, which will be this final one right here, which will say, everything else the same. The question though is different. And we do have a little bit of a pre-text before the question. It says, it looks like you should qualify just fine. Would you like to book an appointment to see how much you'll save going solar? And then our condition down here that we have to change is, the prospect would like to book an appointment. So if they said yes or sure or yeah, or some positive response to us asking if they want to book, it'll move them down to this last final branch, which we've labeled book appointment. And then down here, we send them just a normal SMS. This is no longer the bot. I just added an SMS stage in our automation, or send SMS is what it's called. And I typed it out. They said, yes, let's book. And so we say, great, feel free to book an open time on our calendar link below. And we put the calendar link right here. You can grab that calendar link inside of your calendar settings, and it's called the scheduling link. You can copy that, paste it right here. They can click on it, go in and book themselves in for an appointment. So that's kind of how that works. But you might be asking, all right, well, this is an ideal situation. This is if the person's responsive and they text back every time. What if they, on our first text, hey, this is Jasper, saw you submitted a form on our site, how soon you're looking to go solar? What if they don't even respond to that message at all? It'll then go down this timed out branch. But what we can do is we can actually copy this where it says copy all actions from here, and we can paste it right here where it says copy here. And now our automation looks kind of crazy, but under each of these timed out branches, we can just paste the basically section right above it in the timed out section, so that at any time, like within 2 hours, if the lead doesn't respond, our conversational AI, our bot, is kicking back in and saying, hey, you still with us, or some variation. The cool thing about the bot is it has context of the entire situation. So it reads the previous conversation, everything you've messaged until the point, and so it knows like what's been said, what's been asked, all that kind of stuff. And so you can just add these steps here. For this timed out section, we would just copy it from here, and we'd hit copy all actions from here and paste it under this timed out section. For this one, we would copy from here and then copy all actions, paste it there. And then as we're moving over, I think we've got to zoom out a little bit more. And for this one, we would just copy from here and then copy all actions from here, timeout. So you can, and then now we have even more timed out branches, right? So we can keep copying these, pasting them there. Just depends on how many times you want to keep hitting them up when they're not responsive. And so then underneath our branches over here, like no condition met, meaning they did respond, but they're like, oh, I'm not looking to go solar at all. If they say something like that, we can just have an SMS that we send to them, and we don't have to use the bot anymore for this one. We can just say send SMS, and then we can say something like, no worries. It looks like you don't, or you won't qualify for our solar program. We will not bother you anymore, or something like that, whatever you want to say, just to let them know, all right, we won't bother you anymore. And you can paste this message, you can hit save there, and maybe you change the message a little bit depending on which stage they're at. Maybe that you get all the way to question 3 and then they're like, oh, my credit's like 500, and they're like, oh freak, we can't qualify them. So that message might look a little different. You might copy this right here, this SMS, and if it's under the one where they're asking about credit, and it says like no condition met, meaning they don't have a good credit score, it's like 650 or lower, then we can paste that message here, and then we can say, it looks like your credit might be too low to qualify. And then we could say, please reach back out when your credit is above 650 or something like that. Just leave it at that so it doesn't continue to like try to book them in even though they're not qualified. Anyway, this is the entire setup of the automation though. Like I said, I can help you guys set this up. If you sign up with my 30-day free trial link down below this video, that's my affiliate link. I'll help you set all this up for free for whatever niche you're looking to set it up for. And so anyway, but you guys should have a pretty good idea of how to set this up. Now that we've set it up though, we are going to save it. Make sure you publish the workflow up here. And then I'm going to test it on myself and show you guys real time what it looks like in action. So I'm just gonna go to my conversations right here. Since mine triggers off of a form, this is the form right here that's triggering. So I'm just gonna fill it out myself with my own information, my own phone number. I'm gonna hit submit. All right, so I submitted the form and then this message came in. It just texted me on my phone. Hey there, this is Jasper from Renew Energy Solar. Just noticed you submitted a form on our site. How soon are you looking to go solar? So that's where that first question comes in. I'm gonna send a text back and say in a few months. And that should pop up right here. So we've got in a few months. And then we just have to wait, another 30 seconds or so for the bot to come up with a response to this. You might be asking, how is this different than automation? Automation, you can set up all these questions to go out one after another in a text message. But the cool thing about this is that it actually uses AI to recognize what people say and generate a response appropriate to the message that it receives. With automation, it just says the same thing every time. Whereas this one, since I said in a few months, now the message that comes back is, that's great to hear that you're considering going solar in a few months. So it actually like takes into account what the message says, and then it moves on with the conversation. So next it'll say, you know, before we proceed, I'd like to ask you if your roof gets a good amount of sunlight throughout the day. This will help us determine the solar potential of your property. Like all of that, I didn't tell it to say that. The only thing I told it to say on this part was to ask if their roof gets a good amount of sunlight, and it generated all the rest of it using AI. And so that's the cool part about this. This message hasn't come through to me on my phone yet. It looks like it's still pending. But after a few minutes or whatever, it should come off pending. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. All right, so the message came through on my phone. I'm going to now say, yes, we get a solid amount of sun. And that'll pop up right here, and then we let AI do its thing. And so here it generates our next message. That's fantastic. Having a good amount of sun is essential for maximizing the benefits of solar energy. Now I have a quick question for you. Do you happen to know your approximate credit score? This will help us provide you with accurate information regarding financing options. It's like it spits out all this stuff. It knows how to respond based on all the information that we fed it, which is really cool. Like it knows that solar is typically financed, and it knows that because we're asking about credit score, that's probably what we're looking to talk to them about, is like financing solar. Like the bot knows all of that stuff based on the information that we've given it, even though we didn't give it that specific set of information. And so I just got that text. I'm going to respond 700, and we'll see that message pop up right here. And the cool thing is, since the bot has context of everything that's been said so far, it knows that it just asked the lead about credit score. So even though I just responded with 700, it knows that that's talking about 700 credit score. The lead that it's talking with doesn't actually have to type out 700 credit score. It can just say 700, and then the bot knows that 700 means credit score. Then the bot says, it's great to hear that your credit score is around 700. Looks like you should qualify just fine for our financing options. That's something that I did feed the bot in the automation, as you guys remember. And then it asks, would you like to book an appointment with one of our solar experts to discuss how much you can save by going solar? I did feed it that as well. And then I'm just gonna say, sure. And the cool thing about it is it also will know if I said even just the letter Y, it'll know that that means yes. The bot's really smart at picking that kind of stuff up. I could say, yeah, sure. You know, why not? All these different responses would be triggered as positive inside of the system, and the bot would know that that's a positive response. And then our final text here, great, feel free to book any open time on our calendar link below. And then it sends me the calendar link right on my phone. Don't know if you guys can see that, but there we go. Well, there you have it, guys. I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel, and I can give you guys more free content just like this video. And like I said before, if you sign up for HighLevel with my 30-day free trial link down below, I will personally jump on a call with you and help you set up this entire chatbot and just set up any other automations that you're looking to do inside of your business. I also have a free AI masterclass down below. It goes over a ton of different AI tools that you can use inside of HighLevel to help scale your business or your agency. Other than that, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.